It's been a long journey, but this is my story.
It's the first day of a new academic year, and just like every freshman, Dinarte stepped onto the campus for the first time, feeling a mix of excitement and uneasiness. The scenery felt charged with possibility, but at the same time, the wave of expectation from family, friends, and society pressed down on him. Everyone seemed to have a clear path forward, while Dinarte was still figuring out his own. On the outside, he was like any other student and blended in with the generally upbeat feeling on campus. But on the inside, there was a voice whispering that this path wasn't truly his. Nevertheless, he continued to push through the dreams somebody else had dreamt for him. The semester eventually caught up with him. The assignments started to pile up, tests every other week. The workload just grew heavier and heavier. Alongside the constant demand from academic life came the pressure to achieve flawless results. Dinarte poured his heart and soul into his work. However, no matter how hard he tried, he found himself struggling. Frustration and anxiety became a constant in his life, clouding his days and pulling him deeper and deeper into a cycle of self-doubt. His head was full of endless to-do lists, deadlines, and responsibilities, stripping his world of any spark of excitement or even content. One morning, he was hurrying across campus when he caught sight of a poster with the words, "When was the last time you really enjoyed yourself?" The question echoed in his mind. When was the last time he had felt real joy? That was when he noticed the QR code on the bottom of the poster. With the little hope he had still left, he scanned the QR code and wondered if there is some way to turn this all around. Eventually, the website led him to a forum where students shared their struggles, opening up in ways he'd never imagined. Hesitantly, Dinarte thinks about sharing his story, but does not feel ready yet. On the Instagram page, he sees the recommendation of the emotional support avatar app. With a quick tap, he downloaded the app. The avatar's gentle voice guided him through breathing exercises and encouraged him to talk openly about his struggles. Eventually, it directed him to the podcast Burn Talk that explored the theme of burnout. After 2 episodes, Dinarte started to calm down. After listening to the podcast, Dinarte messages the emotional support avatar. It suggested he seek professional support and directed him to the university counseling services. It was as if somebody had taken his hand and guided him out of the dark, confusing maze. With hesitation, Dinarte scheduled his first session with a therapist at the university psychology office. There he found understanding, not judgment. She helped him overcome his need for perfection that had kept him trapped. For the first time in a long time, he felt like he was on a path that made sense. Dinarte now goes to his sessions regularly, has a bunch of tools to manage stress and reconnect with himself. He has even started painting again, finding peace in the flow of colors and brushstrokes. The app, with its comforting avatar, became a small lifeline he turned to whenever he felt overwhelmed. Dinarte realized that he wasn't alone, that so many students were struggling silently alongside him. And as he sat on the campus bench, feeling the warmth of the afternoon sun on his face, he took a deep breath and allowed himself to stop for a bit. The weight of his shoulders had lessened, and he knew that he'd found a way forward. Full of energy, he decides to help other students by telling his story.
Is this the place where I will submit the art for the art contest? It's been a long journey, but this is my story.